For the first time in over a century, the Government of Canada will recognize that Indian communities should be able to define who their people are. Other groups will complain that we should leave band membership entirely to the bands and let bygones be bygones. This bill says no to that as well.
The bill will give control to Indian First Nations over their own membership only partly.
For 150 years, it was decided who belongs, who doesn't, and who will eventually disappear. No other group in Canada faced a legislated pathway to the extinction of their identity. No other group in Canada is told by law that their grandchildren will not be recognized as who they are.
The solution to this issue about S2 is to give that authority, that jurisdiction back to our communities for them to be able to determine who their people are.
If reconciliation is truly the objective of Parliament, then you must do more than adjust eligibility clauses. Reconciliation requires Canada to stop legislating over Indigenous identity.
Canada must get out of the business of deciding who our people are. Only we have the sovereign jurisdiction and authority to do that.
First Nations people are the only people in this country who are legislated. We're the only ones who have our identity determined. The conversation has to be about how do we empower First Nations to have the authority to establish whatever mechanism or law they want to create to define who their members are. What it means for First Nations leadership to have control over their registration, it gives them the opportunity to define who their members are, to identify them, and to incorporate them into the community. This goes beyond having the opportunity to access the services that you get at Indigenous Services Canada. It also creates a pathway for you to reconnect to your community, creates a pathway for community to identify how they want to build the vision of what their nation is going to look like in the future. We should not be thinking about how can we find one solution for everyone. We're different. We have to embrace that there are many different First Nations in this country. We have to be proud of that. We have to reinforce protecting their identity, protecting their values that they have, protecting their relationship with their territories, their language. For me, it's about making sure that we're not just transferring that responsibility, we're building capacity in that space and we're giving them the tools that they need. So my question is, well, what does implementation look like for you? How does your community define that? How does your community create space to determine who's part of your membership? We have to challenge ourselves.